This is the Phoenix Entrepreneur Podcast, episode 20, recap of the week July 24th, 2017. Get ready to light it up.
Alex Bilodeau presents the Phoenix Entrepreneur Podcast, where you learn what it takes to become a successful entrepreneur and rise from the ashes and conquer the day.
What's happened, Phoenix Entrepreneurs? This is Alex Bilodeau, the host of the Phoenix Entrepreneur Podcast. And today I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different than normal. And the reason is I think I'm going to change things up a little bit with the podcast just to bring you guys more value so you guys can enjoy the podcast more and just get more results from listening to the podcast so you guys can take action on what is talked about in the podcast. So first of all, every Saturday night or Sunday, I'm going to do a recap of my week. Just kind of a personal insight of what's going on with my week so you guys can kind of see. Maybe that'll help you, maybe not. Maybe it's just a little bit more get to know me a little bit and what's going on in my life. So it'll be short, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Maybe we'll talk about some key entrepreneur points, tips, tricks, tactics, things that you can use and implement to begin executing and becoming more successful. The other thing is, I do have a lot of podcast episodes that are already in the bank, so we will release those. And then once we start releasing those and moving forward with the new interviews will probably be longer. They'll be anywhere from 30 minutes to probably 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, just depending on the type of value and content the guest is bringing to the show. I know before I was doing about 20 to 30 minute episodes, and it was pretty scripted. I want to get it a little bit more raw, a little bit more natural from the guests, just get them really taking us deep inside their lives, the low moments of an entrepreneur, what they did to rise from the ashes, and we'll dive deeper more into what they did to rise from the ashes and conquer the day. So it'll be a little change up, but I think it'll be really good for the podcast, and I think you guys will really enjoy the change, and I hope it'll just keep changing and evolving and becoming something that you guys will listen to on a daily basis. Right now we're doing one a week, and then we'll have this one now, the special episode on Saturday and Sunday, so it'll be 2 a week. And I'm hoping to get to the point where I am doing it every single day. I just love podcasting, and I would love to bring you that value every day, but it's not easy. There's a lot of work that goes into podcasting, as if any of you are podcasters may know. There is a lot that goes into it with getting guests, recording on your own, editing, and so on. So just be prepared as I grow and develop with this podcast, and as podcast grows, it'll keep bringing you guys value, and we're going to keep getting more and more amazing guests. We've already had so many amazing guests, and they're just going to keep coming and getting better, and not that we have had bad ones, but they've been great ones. We're just going to keep getting more of those great ones and just keep bringing you guys daily value. So let's jump in to my week. So this week was here in Utah. That's where I'm from. I might have said that in the intro, but I'm here from Salt Lake City, Utah. The 24th of July is a big holiday here in Utah. It is celebrated statewide. A lot of businesses shut down. It's almost like the 4th of July here on the 24th. 2 big holidays in the state in July. So it's a fun day. We celebrate the day that our state was kind of founded and people came to this state. So it's the 24th. We call it Pioneer Day. There's parades, there's fireworks, there's just all sorts of fun. It's just like the 4th of July, just 20 days later. So it's a lot of fun. So that day, I took off that day and did a lot of fun things with my family. Me and my wife, my in-laws actually took my kids. So me and my wife went shopping for a little bit for the kids for school. And then we went to a park and just kind of played games, hung out. And then there was a bunch of fireworks. So it was a lot of fun. But man, those days are tiring as well and exhausting when you don't get home till midnight and have to get to bed and then jump up early the next day. So this week, it's been a crazy week because I've made some pivots in my business. So I have a window cleaning business and a gutter cleaning business that I started a couple of years ago, and it's really what got me really on this entrepreneurial journey and took me down the road to start this podcast, and just so many things that the window cleaning business has brought to me, and some other family members as well. And so I really, really enjoy it. But this year we added lawn care, and we started doing that in March, and it was okay. But you know what? The lawn care, just the profit margins weren't there. The equipment costs were high. The overhead was high. And, I was only a couple months in, but you know what? I said, it's not worth it. It's time to pivot and get out of that. And here in Utah, we have the seasons. We have summer, fall, winter. So right now with window cleaning and lawn care, I was only going to be able to work from about March till November, December. And then it'd be kind of a dead season, December, January, and February. So I thought, man, I've got to pivot. I've got to create something for my staff, for everyone to kind of be a year-round business rather than a seasonal business. So I ended up selling the lawn care portion of the business. The good thing is when I bought an existing lawn care business, I kind of grew it a little bit, and I, mowed for most of the season till this point, and then I sold it, and I actually ended up making a little bit of money on the business. So I can't complain. It was a win-win. It was an exciting experience, to kind of do that and pivot, and is what we did with some of the funds that we did make from that sell of the business. We purchased a carpet cleaning van. So we're going to be doing carpet cleaning. Now, our main focus right now is window cleaning. Our profit margins are super high with that. Window cleaning, gutter cleaning, that's what we're focusing on right now. But come fall, come winter time, we're gonna dive into the carpet cleaning just to take us through those slower months with the window cleaning. So, you've always got to be willing to pivot. That the reason I'm kind of telling that story is you've got to know when to pivot and when to make changes in your business and not be afraid to make those changes. A lot of people might have been afraid, like, oh man, I spent all this money on the lawn care, the equipment, the trailers, the trucks, the personnel, the accounts, all of that. It was a lot of money and it was expensive. And, luckily it was a good outcome for me, but if it hadn't have been, I still was going to be getting out of that business because it just wasn't right, and it was time to cut ties with it. So sometimes instead of trying to fit the camel through the eye of a needle, per se, we need to pivot. We need to make changes rather than trying to push, a round ball through a square hole. So be willing to make those changes, be willing to pivot, be willing to do the things necessary to take your business to the next level. Now, like I said before, the carpet cleaning is not my main focus right now. It will become more of a focus come wintertime, but right now my main focus is to niche down and focus on the window cleaning. Focus. And that's one thing I've learned, and I learned the hard way, is niching down. At one point I tried to offer a million services. I tried to offer basic power washing services, gutter cleaning, blind cleaning, window cleaning, solar panel cleaning, and the list goes on. I was trying to be a jack of all trades. But you know what? And I've learned from so many people that I've followed, and I've had some guests on there that talk about all the time, like Joshua Latimer, shout out to him, but he talks about niching down. Find that niche, be an inch wide and a mile deep rather than a mile wide and an inch deep. Think about that. So be an inch wide, but a mile deep, not a mile wide and an inch deep. Be focused on that niche that is your niche. And as you do that, you'll be able to focus on explosion growth rather than trying to drag yourself too many directions. And even though people were saying it all the time, I had to learn the hard way. So I try to help you right now. If you're listening to this and you want to do this, and offer 8 million services, niche down, find the niche that you are good at, that you specify in. Maybe you're a social media marketer right now and you want to do social media marketing for everyone, right? That sounds cool, but electrical contractors. Focus on doing social media marketing for electrical contractors. Dominate the niche, dominate that market, and you will find success. So that's part of my week. that was part of the craziness of the week because I sold the lawn care business. The same week, I purchased the carpet cleaning van and just transitioning from everything out of the lawn care and getting all the final bills and invoices done and all of that. It's been a busy week. It's been good though, and some exciting things to come. And I am super excited for it. Getting ready to go along, kind of with the podcast and the Phoenix Entrepreneur, which I hope you guys are all striving to be Phoenix entrepreneurs, because you're always going to have low moments. It's what you do in those moments to rise from the ashes and conquer the day. So just make sure you stay tuned to the Phoenix Entrepreneur podcast. Some more amazing guests are coming up through the lineup, the interviews that are already done. So you guys are going to want to make sure you tune in. It's just some very exciting things, and I can't wait to bring it to you guys. So I appreciate you guys listening to this podcast. One thing I just want to leave you guys with is make sure you head over to our website, riseuppodcast.com. And that's, again, riseuppodcast.com. Go to the resources tab, and there's a link for Send Jim. That's kind of a weird name, but it's a software for relationship marketing, which I think is a next huge thing. We'll talk about that more next week. I'll talk about that in the podcast next week as relationship marketing, but I think it's the way of the future, and this software is so freaking awesome. It's so freaking awesome. And Joshua Latimer, I know I've mentioned him twice already today, but he's the founder behind this software, and just what you can do with this, no matter what industry you are in, you can use this software to take your business to the next level. So do me a favor, head over again to riseuppodcast.com, resources tab, and click the link there for Send Jim. There's a quick 2-minute video that explains it. And if you want to learn more, there's actually a webinar that you can sign up for. So make sure you guys check it out. It's freaking cool. So again, thank you for being Phoenix entrepreneurs, and rise from the ashes and conquer the day.